You are one person doing the job of a whole marketing team. You schedule the posts and you pull the numbers. You write the report nobody asked for, but everybody reads. And you do all of it across 6 platforms at the same time. So a tool that promises to handle the whole thing in one tab sounds almost too good to be real. It's cheaper than the big enterprise suites and broader than the cheap schedulers. And somehow it runs your paid ads too. I run growth and marketing for a living, and a tool like this is where half my week actually lives. I'm Nadia. Today I'm reviewing Metricool. It schedules to every network you can name, and it reports like a full agency. It even manages your Meta, Google, and TikTok ad campaigns from the same screen. Here's the part worth your next 10 minutes. It genuinely hands a one-person team an analyst's dashboard for about the price of lunch. But its own help documents will quietly tell you something most reviews skip. One of the headline numbers on that dashboard is not what you think it is. There are 3 real catches, and I'll show you all of them. A metric that reads too high, a history the tool can't go back and rebuild, and a dashboard that only updates once a day, not live. The strange thing is that both stories are true at once. Let's get into it. Start with the thing it is actually bought for. This is one single brand workspace. Everything a marketing team touches in a week lives right down that left rail. Your analytics, your planning, your inbox, your ads, your link in bio, one login, and one screen for the whole job. And the analytics are the real reason people pick this tool. Connect a page and you get a proper per-network dashboard. Growth, reach, engagement, and your follower balance over time. The whole series, not a watered-down summary card. You can drill straight into any single metric. Posts viewed, reach by format, exactly what your audience did. That kind of depth normally sits behind a much pricier tier. For a one-person team, this is an analyst's dashboard without the analyst. And it does not stop at the obvious networks either. Most schedulers cover the big 4 and call it a roster. Metricool reaches Twitch, Google Business Profile, Blue Sky, and Threads on top of all the majors. If you cover anything past the usual suspects, that breadth quietly saves you a second subscription. But the genuinely rare feature is sitting in the next tab over. This is the ads module, and it is the real differentiator here. You connect Meta, Google, and TikTok ad accounts right from this hub. Most schedulers stop dead at organic. The second you spend $1 on ads, you are off in a separate platform. Metricool keeps it all in one place, and it is not just reporting. These are live campaigns with budget, cost per click, and conversions, the numbers you actually steer on. You can open one ad and read its full results. You can go right down to per keyword performance on the Google side. Running paid and organic from one dashboard at this price is genuinely rare. That is the clearest answer to why this over a plain scheduler there is. So that is 2 of the 3 big wins. The deepest analytics in its price class and paid ad management nobody else bundles down here. The third one is the part agencies genuinely pay for. It is the report that goes to the client. This is the reporting hub, and it is the agency feature hiding inside a $20 tool. You build a template exactly once. Your colors, the client's logo, and the sections you want included. After that, it generates a clean PDF or slide deck on a schedule and sends it automatically. You pick a period, a language, and the channels you care about. Then the white label report writes itself every single month. Basic exports start on the entry plan, and the fully branded version is 1 tier up. Either way, this is the thing you would otherwise hand build in slides every Friday afternoon. So that is the whole case for it. Deep analytics, paid ads nobody else includes, and client reports that run themselves. All of it inside one workspace for the price of a couple of coffees a week. It is a genuinely large amount of tool for the money, and most of it holds up exactly as advertised. Now, for the 3 places where it does not. And the very first one is hiding inside the analytics I just praised. The first catch is about what these numbers actually are. And it matters, because you are putting them in front of a paying client. Metricool's analytics look authoritative, and most of them genuinely are. But a couple of these figures are not measured. They are estimated and then quietly added together. Reach is the one to watch closely. The platform hands Metricool a single daily reach value. The dashboard then adds those days up into one total. So a person who saw your post on Monday and again on Thursday gets counted as 2 people. The number ends up reading higher than the native app shows. It is not a bug. It is simply how a daily sum behaves. Here's the tell that most people miss completely. Metricool's own help center tells you to read views for the true total, not reach. So that is the move you make. Treat reach as a rough direction. Report views whenever you need the real number. And anything a contract actually depends on, check it against the native app before it ships. And to be fair, this is not Metricool being sloppy. It is the same estimate that every scheduler inherits from the platform itself. The only real difference is whether you know which number is the estimate. Now you do. The second catch is sneakier, because you only ever notice it months later. By the time you go looking, the data you wanted was never collected in the first place. The third catch is all about timing, and I'll come back to the second one. This dashboard is simply not live. You can actually watch it tell you so. It sits there synchronizing in the background, and under the hood, it only pulls fresh data once a day, overnight. So your interactions, your reach, and your video numbers all lag the native app, sometimes by a few hours. And some metrics arrive late or only partial because the network itself is slow to hand them over. The move here is simple. Never promise a client same-day numbers off any scheduler. Build a quick sanity check before a report ever goes out. A few formats also fall back to a phone notification you finish by hand. a TikTok with off-trend audio, for example, and that notification only reaches the account owner. So every teammate has to switch it on for themselves. Now back to the second catch, the one that catches you out in slow motion. Metricool simply cannot go back in time. Your follower history only starts on the day you connect an account. That is true on Instagram, TikTok, X, and Threads, all of them. Connect a client in March and you have nothing at all from before March. And it gets worse. Change the way an account connects and you can wipe the history you had already built. So the rule basically writes itself. Connect every account you will ever report on the day you sign up, not the day you finally need the number. Let me run one real week straight through it. Connect a report so you can feel the day-to-day. It all starts here, on the connections page. Every network for a single brand, linked from one screen. You add the brand and you link each account in turn. And remembering that last catch, you do this on day one, long before you need a single number out of it. Then you actually schedule something. This is the composer, and you write your post exactly once. It adapts that post for each network automatically, and it shows you a live preview of every version before it goes out. You set the platforms and you set the time, and a whole week of posts is queued across every feed from this one editor. A week later, here is the payoff. You pull the analytics you connected on day one, and instead of rebuilding a deck by hand, you just open the reporting hub. You pick the template and you pick the sections. Then the client report generates itself, branded, scheduled, and done. Connect, schedule, report. That is the entire loop. And once it is set up, it mostly runs without you. So where is the learning curve in all of this? Honestly, it is not really in the software. My first real pass took an afternoon, and most of that was connecting accounts, not learning where the buttons are. The actual skill here is editorial. It is knowing which numbers are measured and which ones are estimated. It is reporting views instead of reach, and it is connecting every account before you ever need its history. The tool carries the scheduling, the dashboards, and the reports. Your judgment decides which numbers you trust and which ones you double-check. That is the honest division of labor. Nothing in this app replaces that part of the job. Quick pause here. If you are already sold, because the rest is really just money. The link is sitting in the description. It is stackinspectors.com/Metricool. It takes you straight to the free plan. No card, one brand, and real analytics. Connect a single account and watch a week of your own numbers come in. Your own data tells you more in 20 minutes than any review can, this one included. And when you land on the pricing page, read one word before anything else. Brands. The whole bill runs on how many brands you connect, not how many people log in, and annual billing knocks a clean 21% off the top. Which plan you actually need is exactly where we are headed next. There are 4 plans, and you can place yourself fast. Free is a real trial that never expires. You get one brand, 20 posts a month, and 30 days of history. No LinkedIn and no X. So feel the workflow on it, but do not run a business on it. Starter is for the solo growth lead. The moment they need LinkedIn, unlimited posts, and proper reporting, they land right here. Advanced is the agency plan. That means multi-brand, customizable white label reports, client approvals, and the API. And custom is for the 50 brands and up shops. The tier names do the sorting for you, but the dollar figure is set by one single thing, and it is genuinely not the one you would guess. Here's the part that everyone misbudgets. The meter is brands, not seats. One brand is one connected set of accounts. So starter reads from $20, but that is only the 5-brand rate. 10 brands is $36. Advanced is from $53 at 15 brands, but 25 brands is $85, and 50 brands is $159. Your whole team logs in for free. It is the brands that climb the bill. 2 more line items also hide outside every plan. X is a $5 a month add-on, charged per account, and the hashtag tracker is a separate product at $25 a day. So price those in early. Do not assume all-in-one really means all of it. And Metricool is not the only sane buy in this space. The lanes are genuinely different jobs. Buffer is the clean, cheap one. It is priced per channel, and it is perfect for 1 or 2 feeds. It is light on everything else. Later owns the visual lane instead. It is Instagram first, with the best grid preview in the category. Then you have Sprout and Hootsuite. They go far deeper on social listening and governance, but they also cost 4 to 11 times as much. If you need real brand mention monitoring, that is Sprout's lane, and not this one. So who actually buys Metricool? You count your brands and your networks, not your headcount. So here's the honest verdict. Picture the solo growth lead or the small agency. They want one capable dashboard, not 3 separate subscriptions. For them, this is the clear buy. Starter, scaling up to advanced as they grow. You get about 80% of what Sprout or Hootsuite do, at roughly a quarter of the cost, as long as you count your brands before you pick a tier. There are 2 cases where it is not the answer. If X is your main network across a lot of accounts, price that add-on first. And if you need real social listening, brand mention monitoring, sentiment across the open web, that is a different category entirely. That one is Sprout or Brandwatch, not this. The full breakdown is on screen. If any of that sounded like your week, the next step costs you nothing. It is stackinspectors.com/Metricool, the same link in the description. Open the free plan tonight and connect one brand. Then just watch your own numbers start coming in. 20 minutes later, you will have a better answer to the question in this title than I can give you, because it is built on your accounts, not mine. Just keep the one rule that makes this whole tool trustworthy. Report views, not reach. And check anything a client pays for against the native app. Do that, and you have got an analyst's dashboard for the price of lunch. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.